Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Well, if you don't watch Infowars, you might not even know that an assassination attempt was made against Donald Trump. That's because it was barely mentioned. It was a blink and you'll miss it news story out there in all the mainstream media. Well, we have actually an NBC producer tweeting out that it could be argued that the dude who was hoping to assassinate Donald Trump is just a good guy with a gun. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if this would have been a Trump supporter that had attempted to do this against Hillary Clinton? It would be everywhere. They would be exploiting this story. It would still be going on in the news. CNN would probably do a 24-hour news broadcast breaking this down. It's just like when they had the guy run on stage a few months back and the Secret Service actually had to stop him from attacking Donald Trump. Do you think that they said, this guy's a crazy loon? Oh my gosh, this is terrible. No, they actually rolled the guy out and gave him a prime time slot on the news to tell everyone why he wanted to punch Donald Trump in the face. Totally ridiculous, completely biased, insane. So, of course, when Trump came out attacking Hillary Clinton this week, we have all of the media rallying around to prove that it was just a bunch of conspiracy theories. And of course, this is the narrative that Clinton herself is pushing out. She said he's responding with outlandish lies and conspiracy theories. He's a reckless candidate with reckless ideas who's trying to distract the American public. No, he's trying to tell the American public everything that the media fails to explain to them and does a very good job of circling the wagons to try to protect you continually. And in fact, we have a reporter coming out of Slate. So we have the media actually agreeing with some of the things that Donald Trump was saying, agreeing that Hillary is funded by anti-gay regimes. So this is Slate's Jeremy Stahl. He confirmed that the Clinton Foundation indeed is raking in millions of dollars from regimes and anti-gay monarchs and other third world dictators, but he questioned whether it was a conflict of interest. He also failed to acknowledge the hypocrisy of Democratic candidates taking donations from countries that behead gays and stone women. But he goes on to say, here at the Trump rally, it means more than that. It's a reason to throw Clinton behind bars. Now, I thought that was pretty funny because obviously he's seeing a lot of these Hillary for prison T-shirts that everyone is wearing at the Trump rallies. But that's not why people are calling for her imprisonment. They want to see her thrown in prison because of the presumptive violation of the Freedom of Information Act by setting up her own private homebrew server in the closet in her house, in her basement bathroom. Totally safe from foreign hackers, right? And of course, that's probably why her IT staffer has had to plead the fifth 125 consecutive times because he doesn't want to incriminate himself. And then there's an article coming out of the Daily Mail, how Clinton's server was wide open to hackers for weeks. And Huma Abedin actually was warning other officials not to use her secret address. These are new emails. They're revealing how her server had a technical problem so serious that its security systems were shut off. And then Huma Abedin emailed people, high-ranking staff, warning them, don't email HRC anything sensitive. I can explain more in person. So, and obviously we've learned that later hackers did indeed get into that homebrew server. The Clinton camp still denies that it happened. And then, of course, we've got CNN's fact checkers coming out. This was Christina Alessi and Lori Frankel. They were fact checking something coming out of the Clinton cache with Hillary Clinton's State Department approving the transfer of 20% of U.S. uranium to the Russian government as 9 investors in the deal funneled $145 million to the Clinton Foundation. And they were like, well, we just couldn't find any evidence that there was some quid pro quo, and so we're going to claim that it's false. Well, the New York Times had a 4,000-word front page story written about a year ago. It was a Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist who wrote it, and they had stunning detail, including charts and graphs laying out the flow of millions of dollars from the 9 investors in the uranium deal who flowed $145 million to Hillary's family foundation. But you know what? It's false because the fact checkers at CNN said it was. And then, of course, we have the Chinese government who paid Bill Clinton massive speaking fees just 10 days before Hillary made her famous Asia pivot. So, $500,000 in quote unquote speaking fees must have been some pretty awesome speeches out of Bill Clinton there. And then we also have her top Clinton aides actually mocking the fact that there was a donor appointed to a board who had absolutely no experience. So just give Hillary a little bit of money and you'll get a cushy job there.
Joe Biggs here with Infowars.com. Now, yesterday, Donald Trump gave a speech really hammering a lot of the things that we already know about Hillary Clinton. He came out in a huge assault on the things that she's been involved in, from Benghazi to the email scandals, to her slogan being, "I'm with her," and Donald Trump coming back and saying, "No, I'm with you, the American people." So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around, we're going to talk to people and ask them what they think about Donald Trump's speech yesterday on Hillary Clinton. Trump came out yesterday and said that she was a world-class liar because she was involved in email scandal, Benghazi, and she lied about coming under sniper fire in Bosnia. What are your thoughts about that statement?
I think that Trump University speaks for everything. He's a failure at a lot of things, and he likes to point out people's weaknesses. He's a bully. He's who our parents taught us to not be when we were younger. Yeah, I can't stand the guy.
The scandals he spoke of, most of which I feel have been brought up before. Is Hillary the perfect candidate? I don't think so. However, when looking at the person who's slinging the accusations, I can't help but question whether or not it's the pot calling the kettle black.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of with him on the whole lying aspect. I mean, since I've heard about Hillary from just being, into politics at all, it's just been constant shit that hasn't added up. But with Trump, I mean, he's uneducated himself, so I don't think he really has any room to talk about other than business for the company.
That's exactly right. He doesn't. He's equally, if not more, of a liar than she is. Like,
Just
you
'cause
can't.
He's uneducated. I wouldn't say he's lying. I'd say he doesn't know what he's talking
There you
about.
go. Okay, that's probably better.
Aside from the details, which are difficult to sort through, I think that the reality is that when you can have a conversation like that about somebody, and there's even the remote possibility that it could be true, then that indicates that there's a real problem, right? I mean, you have to go through a lot of stuff to figure out whether all that, what the various details are, but she's not above reproach on any of those accusations, and that by itself is problematic.
So what do you think about Hillary Clinton?
I don't really think anything. I don't think I want to. I'm sorry. Thank you.
I wouldn't want to talk about her either. She's evil. What are your thoughts on Hillary?
On Hillary, I'm a Hillary supporter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, I hadn't thought about this. Give me a second here.
What do you think about Hillary Clinton?
She's all right.
So what's all right about her?
I don't see anything terrible about her.
I'm voting for her.
Yeah?
Yep.
What do you think about Hillary Clinton?
From the information I have, I wouldn't want her as president.
No. Yesterday, Trump said Hillary ran the State Department like her own personal hedge fund, doing favors for oppressive regimes for cash. What do you think about that statement?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's definitely a culture of sort of taking in, money from powerful interests, whether they be Wall Street interests, whether they be, foreign governments or people or entities connected with foreign governments. I don't know whether she's actually engaged in any kind of quid pro quo. I haven't studied it closely enough, and there's conflicting, statements about that, and so I don't draw a hard conclusion like Trump does, but I think there are definitely questions about Hillary.
Yeah. Trump said that Hillary Clinton ran the State Department like her own personal hedge fund, doing favors for oppressive regimes for cash.
No, I don't buy that.
Now, she comes out and she says she's a feminist, she's pro-woman, but she takes money from Saudi Arabia, who make women cover themselves. They chop their heads off in the streets, kill homosexuals, things like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd. I mean, like, they're both the absolute worst possible. I mean, think about what Canada is saying about our election right now. They're laughing at us. Everybody is laughing at us right now because it's a freaking joke.
What do you think about Hillary Clinton?
I'm voting for her. So that's
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I honestly don't have time for this, but good luck to you.
Because of my T-shirt?
Well, for prison, it's a pretty aggressive stance, especially considering Trump's also being investigated for fraud for Trump U. So
Yeah, but one's FBI.
lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
Well, that's it for the show tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you here again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central.
Knockout is back. If you want a product that has 10 known ingredients that naturally get your body to relax, your brain to relax, so you get deep, restful sleep, Knockout's it. Infowarslife.com. L-theanine, hops flower extract, lemon balm extract, valerian root extract, chamomile flower extract, L-tryptophan extract, melatonin, and more. All organic, all the natural sources. It's the same price as leading brands of melatonin that are 3 milligrams a piece. It has 3 milligrams, the standard recommended dose for an adult, and it just synergistically puts everything in there. Infowarslife.com. That's Infowarslife.com, or call 888-253-3139.
You are watching the Infowars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. And your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.